And this is a 19-inch
dome head, and this is a 23-inch.
You have a client and you're making wigs for each client. You want to make sure that you put that information into the database or into a book, so you don't have to keep measuring your client's head every time they need a wig. So if you have pen and paper handy, the first measurement is from front to back. Okay, so from front all the way to the back. Your second measurement is going to be from ear to the top of your head to ear. Okay. The third, you're going to measure your temples from this temple to this temple. Where the temple is here, and go down about right here, the bottom of your temple, and measure from here across your eyebrows all the way to the side here. Okay, so we'll name that low temple. Okay, and then you want to do all the way around. And the sixth one is measuring the nape of the neck, and that's the measurement going from here all the way to here. It's almost close to between the 21 and 23 is normally the numbers when you measure someone's head. And since I have my foam head, I can actually make some markings and I can show you. An eyebrow pencil is good because you can actually just wipe it off if you need to. Okay, so we're gonna just transfer these numbers over to the foam head. And we have our measuring tape. Front to back, we have 14. So wherever you normally put your lace front, starting with the 1 inch and run it all the way back while holding it down to the back to 14. And mark it. And you might want to just use a different marker if you have, like me, a whole bunch of different markings on here. That's number 1. Then number 2, we have the ear to ear. So you're just going to go on the top of the head from the side. And mine is a 13. So let's just say yours were a 13. You would basically mark it here and mark it here, and that's where your ears would fall for your wig. Mark it here and mark it here, and that's where your ears would fall for your wig. Okay, so I'm gonna put in you're gonna measure your temples, and mine is a 6.5, so you measure it to where it's a 6.5. So here to here is a 6.5. So here to there. Okay, so you just take your marker and 6.5, and my marker is almost out of ink. Whatever distinctive marking that you can mark it to where you won't lose track. So it's 6.5. So then I also do a low temple. Regular temples are here. So I go down, looks like lower, equivalent to your eyebrows. And I mark it here, and that's about a 9. We're measuring around a 22.5, and you know this dome head is a 22. So 22.5, it just means not pulling your measuring tape too tight. And then your last one, number 6, is your nape of the neck. And that's pretty much right there where that marking is into over here, and then make your markings again. And it looks kind of weird on a foam head. To use a canvas head, you won't have that same issue, the inexpensive route. So basically your frontal will be from here to here. So you get the focus. You can use these, or you can just use the regular T-pin. Just be careful, because if they get stuck on the lace, they rip the lace and it's hard to get them out. Okay, so if you have your measurements, 4x4 is so easy to do because you already have it marked here. So you just bring it down. And I use a extra large wig cap. You don't really need an extra large. I noticed that use large ones because they're going to get cut up anyway, and we just need it just for stability for the wig. You're going to pin on your wig cap. I didn't expect to go this far into the video. Because that wig, that frontal is going to come down below the wig cap anyway. So go ahead and put your pins in. Okay, you got your markings on the side. And this is actually a little lopsided, but it's okay. But you want to make sure that your middle of your wig cap has to line up. So let's go ahead and move it over some. Okay, so make sure that that middle line lines up with the nose and the markings. I'm just locking it down all the way around. When you get to the back, put this back in. Just turn it upside down and see where that marking was from the front to the back. You want to put one in there, okay? Remember your nape of your neck on the sides. So voila there. And this, like I said, these are going to get cut off anyway, so you can drape them a little further if you like. Okay. The main thing is just making sure that everything is pretty even. All right, so this is basically, the wig is basically just kind of helps you stay on point. When you're making your wig, you don't make it too big or too small. From the numbers from the card has been transferred over to my foam head. And if I was going to use the canvas blockhead, then it would be just a lot simpler because I would just really quick, I'm not going to spend too long on this. So the front of the head, and then you want to just do the same thing. Do your measurements and mark your frontal, mark your canvas blockhead from the front to the back, and then from the ear to ear. And put in your markings. Your low temples all the way around. Okay? And then the back, the nape. Okay, so it's just the same thing except for using something different. Better thing about the canvas blockhead is that you don't have to improvise and pull down the frontal so far. 13x4 frontal, it can be a little more difficult than the actual 360. And what you want to do is take your frontal, fold it. This one's been used before, but you just take it and fold it in half. And right there where that hairline, the hairline is, in the middle of the head, put your frontal down below the wig cap. And then remember you have the temples on the side, so you lock down your temples on the side. I think I've done a video already, but basically you just mark down your temples on both sides. Try to stay within the markings of the wig cap, and then you should be fine. And then the same thing for the 360. Find the front of your 360. Make sure you fold it in the middle. And it's going to be right here. Put your frontal on. Okay. And then you want to bring down your frontal way far past the cap, and put it right there, pin it right down, And you're going to do the same thing all the way around, okay? And you're going to just keep clear of the wig cap. And then, once you've done that, which I think the 360 frontal is the easiest out of all of them, but you're going to pin it down all the way around, and then you start sewing your tracks from across all the way up, okay? So that is it for this video today. If you have any questions, you leave them in the description box, and I will definitely be able to try to make another video for you. Making wigs is not easy to do, but the more and more you practice, the better that you become. I am Fontana Monique, and I'll catch you on the next video.